You're in tune to the meeting of the inner circle, and this is Adama thanking you for being right where you are in this now moment of eternity. After the monologue, we heard from Adaya's I Hear a New Sound, Angela Johnson, Say Yeah, Aviva and the Flying Penguins, I Love Me, and then Megan Trainor and Lunch Money Travis Lewis, Lunch Money Lewis in I Love Me, and then
Peace, Katina.
God is Real by India Ari, and It's a God Thing by Raja. I'm at 404-523-8989. Give you opportunity to express yourself, say something to me. Um, because this is talk radio, and I remind you that this is my anniversary. So you can always give something for what you've been receiving consistently over time. And you can say something if you have been listening for a while and what listening and internalizing or not has done with you, for you, or not. 404-523-8989. Otherwise, I am the voice of our liberation, our resurrection. I don't have any apologies to make about that. You know, many ones have not really made any commitments for their lives and are just primarily living, eating, sleeping, working, stressing, and that's not living. And so at this particular point in time, I'm the one to remind us that from this point forward, particularly for this particular dispensation that we're in, with this full moon in Taurus and whatnot, you get more of what it is you're asking for, what it is you're radiating. And if you are not happy with where you are, then stop complaining. You know, stop focusing on what you don't want. Stop focusing on the bad, the ugly, the yesteryears, all of that. Leave it alone. Let it go. And this is one of the benefits that you get from cleansing internally daily, realizing that the body is actually cleansing daily. So the body is trying to release and let go of a bunch of stuff. But if you all are holding on to it, you're retaining waste. This is where the obesity comes in, and being overweight, and the accumulation of waste. And we see that it doesn't matter necessarily what you're eating if you are not really facilitating the body's cleansing, then you are retaining waste. And sometimes when you're retaining waste, you're also retaining the heartbreak, you're retaining the issues that have been charged upon your emotional body that are now crystallized upon your cells, that you're not only holding the frustration, the anguish, and the angst of the animals that you're consuming, you are holding on to the stuff that you've been dealing with for years. And I'm saying is that we can break free. This is what liberation is about, and why it is that I am reminding us that liberation has to happen at the cellular level. And so for all of the legislation, for all of the civil rights, for all of the Black Power movement, for all of the movements that there have been for greater liberation or the exhortation or applying yourself to more rights, there's no right that you can have if you don't care to be rightly aligned with the intelligence of your being. There is no right that you can really apply yourself to except to be in alignment with the intelligence of your being and the divinity and the sanctity and the sacredness of life itself. And so for all of what we see that is warring and the violations and the things that make this realm hellacious, you understand? So people say, oh, well, when you die, you're going to go to heaven or you go to hell. I'm saying, no, people are having hellacious situations here. You understand? So it's all happening here now. You don't have to die and go somewhere. You're already in the realm of eternity. You'll always be in the realm of eternity if you are able to not be compostable. You understand? You have lived your life trashing yourself, all right? Trashing your whole, you just denying the divinity and the sanctity and the sacredness of yourself. So I'm just saying, is that you have the opportunity to switch gears. You got the opportunity to flip the script. You got the opportunity to really clear and cleanse and consecrate and purify yourself, so the rest of your life is a living. It's a living in the exaltation of the blessedness of being. It's not a dying. Death is a program that's running here. Otherwise, you don't see death anywhere in the air. You understand? You just are in a place and space where we're having to deprogram from the lies and really reprogram with the absolute truth that we are these points of this absolute and supreme intelligence. We're supremely intelligent. We've been given talent, skills, abilities, and whatnot. And in the exaltation of life, those talent, skills, and abilities get a chance to be expressed. And we have the opportunity to bless other ones with our gifts, talent, skills, and abilities. And we can look at all of the art and all of the artists and all of the musicians and all of those who actually make the music, make the instruments themselves. I'm just saying, it's like we are absolutely freaking phenomenal. Everybody has that. All right, now, why would we be in a place and space where we're poisoning our children and supporting that which does not serve our greater good? And that's where we're having to come to this place and space where we remember that the divinity, the sanctity, and the sacredness of being is what you are already in possession of. All right, now you have to exalt it, you have to honor it, you have to really appreciate it, you have to be in a gratitude and a thanksgiving for it. You understand, and to understand how things work in this realm. All right, in terms of what it is you're thinking, what it is you're saying, what it is you're radiating, what it is that you're emanating, what it is you're oozing. You understand? So you're paying anguish, frustration, madness, all of that frustration and all of that. You're putting that into the field, the unified field, and other people are being affected by that. And so I'm just saying we have to clean it up. We got to clean up. You know, it's like going down the streets and seeing people throw trash out into the street. I mean, it's like, really? You understand? And so all of the trash in the street is a reflection of the trash that's in the body of the people. All right? The trash in the street is the refuse. The real trash is in the people. And that's the rot of the carcasses and the nitrates and nitrites, the BHA, the BHT, the artificial colors, flavors, the sugar, and all of the stuff, the tobacco and this and that. I'm saying is that at this particular point in time, we can do better. Do you care to do better? Do you care? Do you care? Because when love is the fulfillment of the law, and we are all held by law, but we've been socialized by those who really would not teach us law. They gave us the example and taught us lawlessness. They gave us the opportunity to literally feel as though they are the lawgivers. And I'm saying man really does not make law. Law is an inherent part of existence, just like beauty is an inherent part of existence. You understand? Intelligence is an inherent part of existence. There is that which is perfection. It's an inherent part of existence, and they taught us to deny perfection. And I'm saying, no, we were designed perfectly and divinely, and we should have been nourished and nurtured and cultivated to really honor and respect the perfect divine functioning of our bodies. And so that's what we refer to as real health, is when you have been supported in oxygenating and hydrating and mineralizing and alkalizing and facilitating consistent cellular repair through elimination and the absorption, assimilation, and the metabolism of the minerals and the things that allow you to consistently create new blood and to be in a place where your spirit is really charged. You understand? Charged, to be supercharged, so that we are outthinking a system of oppression. We're outthinking the corporate deities of death. We don't have to work for these people. The only reason people work for them people is because they have been cellularly oppressed with all of this stuff from the time that they were children. And I'm saying the people who undermine their children are people who are destined to die. Now, why are you choosing that? We having to really go through this and say, okay, well, this is what we were given, but we don't have to continue to deal with it. It's everywhere, but we don't have to deal with it. There is fruit and vegetation everywhere. I remember going into Kroger's one night years ago after one of my programs when I was getting off at 4 and 5 and 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. And they had so much stuff. I mean, the aisles were like packed. I was like, y'all got so much food, y'all need to be giving stuff away. I mean, aisles packed. So I'm just saying, it's like no excuse. Because that was just fruit and vegetation. Fruit and vegetation. And this is the one over here by the radio station. And I'm just saying, at this particular point in time, give thanks that there is so much fruit and vegetation available to you. Stop complaining, talking about, oh, well, it's not this, it's not that. Y'all got years, decades of garbage in the body. And so eating sausage and bacon and eggs and chicken and fish and all of this stuff, and then you're going to complain about, I'm allergic to fruit. You're not allergic to fruit. That fruit is trying to cleanse you. That's what's happening. You understand? You start your day with sausage and eggs and bacon and stuff, and then later on you're gonna pick up some strawberries and some blueberries and some apples and all of this, and have that on top of that. Your body is like knees. You get all this gas and all this flatulence and all this bloating because you don't know how to eat. And that's why I talk about this, because for something to be so essential for our daily living, and we are completely unknowing about it. That's by design. And so for us to be in this place now where we care to create a different thing, not even just a different thing, we care to really live our lives. We care to be in harmony with the will of our Creator. We care to be dis-ease free. We care to be in a place where we are walking the face of this earth as some of the most dynamic men and women upon the planet, period, from whatever hue. You understand? And see, the difference with me, with other ones, is that I am not just exalting being pro-black or pro-African or pan-African. I am really exalting the right of all beings and all persons to function as intelligences of existence, because it's a natural thing. Everybody should be liberated. Everyone should be in a place where we're exalting a full effort in our living. Everyone should be in a place and space where we're loving our being, and we're being loving. And there are no ones who should be in a place where we're careless about whether or not our children are able to function in this realm. And we don't want to be creating sickness, illness, and disease. And so a lot of times in my circles, in the praying and the prayers, and just the speaking, it's like, yes, we've already experienced certain degrees of liberation and salvation from our parents, mostly. You understand? Because some of you are still around your parents. Some of you are still dealing with what your parents dealt with. And I'm saying, wow, this is so deep. You spend 16, 17, 18 years with people, and then they take you 60 years to get over it. Right. Are we still blaming our parents? I'm saying, no, stop blaming your parents. Your parents were influenced by a death culture. You understand? The meat, the dairy, the eggs, the chicken, the fish, the alcohol and tobacco were there. The artificial colors and stuff, they were there before the heroin and the cocaine and the crack and fentanyl and all these other things that's kind of jolly come lately. You understand? And so, no, we've all been affected by it. The issue is, how do we respond to it? And so what you hear and what you see of me is the way that I've chosen to respond to it. And that's to no longer support those industries, to consciously care to clear and cleanse my cells from having been permeated and penetrated with any of it, but also to be in a place where I can address it and speak to it and remind you that we cannot depend upon a system of oppression to give you the keys to your liberation. You cannot depend upon those who led you astray to lead you to your lost life. You're not able to really hold ones who have never had your best interests at heart, to hold them to any accountability or responsibility for switching gears after 300, 400 years of seeing their violation. And so it's like, it's up to you to come to a point and place where you care, because you can keep blaming and blaming, and we can criticize and criticize, but I'm saying, just because you are aware enough to be critical does not mean that you are doing what is required in order to be liberated from it. You understand that this now moment requires that we really care to be in a place of making a difference. I'll be forward in just a bit.
November 7th to the 8th, between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. EAC artists include clay artist Michelle Jordan and mixed media artists Henry Leonard and W. Chester Old. Local guest artists include metalworks artist Peg Blackley, bookmaker and watercolorist Alicia Griswold, mixed media artist Karen Phillips, and mixed media artist David Dawu Smith. The Euclid Arts Collective is located at the Little Five Points Community Center at 1083 Austin Avenue Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30307. Once again, that's November 7th and 8th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, euclidartscollective.org. That's EUCLID artscollective.org.
This has been another public service announcement from your listener-sponsored and supported community radio station, WRFG Atlanta 89.3 FM, WRFG.org.
And so it's a very natural thing for us to come to a point and place where we are feeling a way to be loved and loving and making love and bringing babies forward, but we've not been properly supported in truly maturing well enough to be able to maintain and sustain marriages and happy relationships that our children that we're bringing forward have the benefit of seeing how love can triumph over situations and circumstances and conditions and all of that. And for there to be and have been and still are so many sisters who are raising children without the men who fathered those children is a problem. But this is part of the divisiveness that happens when we have been divided within ourselves all of our lives with the substance of that which does not oxygenate us, it does not hydrate us, it does not mineralize us, it doesn't do anything to open up the channels of elimination, nor does it alkalize us to the degree to which we are able to truly understand the benefit of what real health is in terms of the quality of blood that we're creating and the quality of thought that we can hold. And that quality of thought is going to lay foundation for the quality of our choices. And those choices made consistently over time will shape our character. And over a while, you will see in truth who it is you're actually serving. So to be in a place where you are not serving life, where you are lending your creativity, your intelligence, your time, and your energy over to that which undermines life, then yes, you're serving the devil. All right, now, what is the prosperity? You get a paycheck, but you're not going to survive it in the place because we're here to serve life. And this is where we, as a harmonized group of people who are really understanding that we are sharing this now moment of eternity, and what we do or don't do affects other ones. And so we want to be in a place where we're exerting and exalting a full effort in our living. We want to be in a place where it matters to us that we are able to give the benefit of our uniqueness, our beauty, our depth of care, our love, our integrity, our high ethic, our morality, our sensibility and whatnot, you know, and it's like, okay, you are influenced by a system that don't want you to have all of that at your fingertips. You understand? It's like push it far away. You know, you can grab the tobacco, you can grab the alcohol, you can grab the Skittles, you can grab all of this. It's right here at your fingertips. You understand? And you didn't have access to all of this all of your life, but that puts every other great thing away from you that you should be in the fullness of the possession of, which is the greatness of yourself. And so I am one who is encouraging us, consciously caring to remind you that this is our time to shine. It's our time to really exert and exalt a full effort in our living, to realize that there is a repentance and there is a reconciliation to really have being reconciled with the laws of life, and to repent from having been in violation of ourselves, and to be forgiving and to know that forgiveness helps to free us from the consistent cycles of not forgiving yourself and beating yourself up. I'm just saying, you live in that body, baby. You live in that body. But that body was your gift. And the capacity to think and to consider and to reflect and to get your direct downloads of insight, intuition. You understand? I appreciate that you would turn and tune me in and listen and incorporate as much as you can, as quickly as you can, as consistently as you can, to really be in a place where you're supporting yourself in liberating yourselves from any of it, but to be in a place and space where you're not really caring. It's like you're listening, it's going in one ear and out the other, and then you can't divorce me too much. You understand? Oh, well, I heard Adama, and I know I ain't gonna call it because I ain't right where I'm supposed to be yet. So I'm gonna call it when I get straight. I said, y'all been waiting forever to call me about you ain't getting straight. You didn't get to this place by yourself. And I'm just saying, it's like a lot of times you're not gonna get out of it by yourself. You understand? And that's why we create the frequency and energy where we're creating community that is about the business of liberating at the cellular level. And so, at 404-523-8989, you have the opportunity to share what is the issue, what is going on with y'all. Oh, well, we love listening to you, sisters. It's just so good. But listening and heeding and hearing and internalizing and incorporating and benefiting. I want you to benefit, to really benefit from what I'm saying, because very few other ones are really supporting you in caring to walk the face of this earth as some of the most dynamic spirits on the planet. And because I have had the opportunity to interact and be eye to eye with some very dynamic spirits on the planet, I've internalized what I could so that I could make good based upon those interactions from my parents and grandparents and all of these other ones, and even from elementary school on. You had good teachers, you had those who saw in you, those who supported you, and then you have those that you don't even remember. All right, but I'm just saying is that we have had all of these ones throughout our lives who have added to us, and very few of them, if any of them, when you look at your life, and you have to look at your life and see who really poured into you, who really poured into you to encourage and to influence and to inspire you towards the heights that you could truly attain, who encouraged you to have the aspiration to really become one with your creator and to be a co-creator in laying foundation for the kingdoms and queendoms of God upon the planet, who really served life to you so that you were able to be in the full possession and consistently possessing even more fully that which is uniquely yours by divine right and being the one that you are as this point of the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence that is beginningless, endless, infinite, and eternal. And so I can say for myself is that even in light of the wondrous people that I've had connection to, I can't say that anybody poured into me to that extent. You understand? And that's one of the reasons why I do what I do, to help pour into other ones, because had I gotten that at every stage, had we each gotten that at every stage, it's like we wouldn't even be dealing with all of this stuff. You understand? But this is why we have to realize that we cannot be beholding to a system more than we are internalizing the laws of our Creator and the laws of life and that which really matters in our lives. And so coming to this place and space where we understand what love is, that love is forgiving. Love is really forgiving. Love is having an understanding and an understanding that we are all in school, and we're all here to master ourselves, and we're at various degrees of mastery with that. And some people are running and ducking, you understand, running and ducking, and just refuse to do the things that's going to help facilitate the cleansing and the purification. I don't know why, but that's the evidence of the behavior modification. But that's why I speak to it the way in which I do, so that we get a chance to say to ourselves, I care to do better. I care to be cleansed. I care to be healed. I am whole. And to begin to affirm it and to declare it and sit with yourself, and then begin to internalize what it feels like to be whole, to be in a place and space where whatever your concerns were, you are free of that. You understand? So we're creating, at the time that we do this, when we hold ourselves still and begin to experience within ourselves this state of gratitude and thanksgiving. That's what we were told. Give thanks as if you've already received it. Give thanks. Don't wait until you got there. Don't wait until you get the diagnosis, you're free of the diagnosis, to give thanks. No, give thanks now. As soon as you got the diagnosis, start giving thanks that you're free, that you're whole, that you're healed. But you can't continue to affirm whatever the dis-ease or despair or the lack of what, you can't affirm that and live that and then get something greater. We're having to realize the wholeness that you already are as a spirit in the body, and that what you say to yourself, you are infusing into your cells. And the more you are taking in that which is water, as water-based beings, as the earth is a water-based planet, you understand, the water is the medium of intelligence. It holds the frequency and vibration, so that you are able to take full responsibility in recreating your cells, yourself, your situation, your circumstance, and do that which allows you to have a greater rejoicing for all that you are as this point of the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence that is beginningless, endless, infinite, and eternal.
Night Watch on 89.3 FM, WRFG, Atlanta.
Funding for this program is made possible by listeners like you and the following sponsors. Wantanara Inc. presents the annual Wantanara Cultural Arts Festival on November 15th and 16th at the Southwest Arts Center, located at 915 New Hope Road, Southwest Atlanta. From 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. each day, experience powerful dance and cultural workshops led by master artists from across the globe, along with live West African drumming, DJ sets, a cocktail hour, panel discussions, food trucks, and a vibrant vendor market. Whether you're a beginner, an experienced artist, or simply want to soak up the culture, the Wantanara Cultural Arts Festival is the place to be. More information is available at wantanarainc.org and on social media at wantanara.inc. That's WONTANARA.inc.
I'm at 445238989, and giving you opportunity to say something. Y'all don't want to talk to me. Why y'all don't want to talk to me? Baby, it's all right. I'm not going to bite you. So anyway. And so I'm wanting you to be encouraged. I do want you to be encouraged and to know that that basically, I care to see us whole. Because we could, we have to envision it. Now, for all of those ones who are playwrights and, you know, doing movies and all of that, I am not quite sure. And I'm kind of like really divorced from all of that over the last, I don't know, few months. But I don't know anybody that's really creating the visioning for the kingdom of God on the planet. Now, we do have a lot of movies and things with people who are talking about the church and, and giving scenarios within the church that they have the opportunity to share some uh, victory and triumph over the situations and circumstances within the church and within the family and the reconciliation of the family and this and that and the other. We do see that, but in terms of a global initiative to really understand that we have the responsibility to literally ensure the kingdom of God and to know that the temple, the body is the temple of God, and to understand the methodology of our oppression to corrupt, poison, and violate the bloodstream that is sacred, and that the spirit is charged upon the blood, so that the violations that are charged upon the blood from eating that which does not provide us support, we have to cleanse. And that's why we've heard salvation comes through the blood of Christ. Not that you just call upon Jesus or you call upon Christ. You have to create the blood of Christ, a bloodstream that is free of the violations, that's free of the inebriants, intoxicants, that's free of the chemicals and the poisons, that's free from the inks, from the tattoos, that's free from all of this stuff, so that you are able to more easily, you understand? See, we're talking ease, peace, ease, free from dis-ease. You understand? Dwelling in a perfect peace, which is the accomplished love, and loving yourselves and loving yourself is the highest way that you really reverence and worship that which you all refer to as God. This is the practical application for how we love God with our whole body, heart, mind, with all of our might. And our being in a place and space where we can, ensure that we're doing what is in our best interest over time, because as we're maturing, we should really be getting stronger, more powerful, more light-filled and delight-filled, and, having a much greater frequency and energy upon the planet. Get the next one. Greetings, Carly, on the air.
Greetings, everybody.
Greetings, Carly, on the air.
Hi,
Greetings,
my name is Leonard,
Hi,
and
Leonard.
I was turned on to you a couple of months ago. I've been sporadically listening,
Uh-huh.
and you on to something. I feel like that, and I need to try and be a follower and get on to what you're on. Okay.
Oh, very good. Very good. So I have a life support line that you can call at your convenience.
Okay. Could you give me that number, please?
It's 678 76.
678.
76.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, I'm reaching out. 678
760
760
9299.
9299. May I repeat that? 676
678.
678
760.
760 9299. Okay.
All right, Leonard, I look forward to hearing from you. How old are you?
I just turned 74.
Hey, that's a 9, 10, 11 frequency. You, all right, this is going to be a tremendous year for you.
Oh yeah,
Let me-
I plan on it being.
Yeah, it's going to be a tremendous year for you. This is, see, and that's what I'm saying is that those of us who are in maturity, this is our time. Show
This is
up
our
and
time.
show up
Oh,
and show out.
let me say one thing to you, and then I'm gonna let you proceed on with what you're doing. But just when you say the phone number, say it a little slower
Okay.
for us older Americans
I got
who
you.
might want to call. Okay.
All right, I will.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, love. Enjoy your night. Bye-bye. We're at 404-523-8989. And so, you know, just greetings, caller, you on the air. Try to call again. Maybe the next line will catch it. I'm not sure why we're having issues there.
It was doing that.
And so, yes, it's and see, it doesn't even matter what generation you are. It's like everybody. Let me hear you say everybody. Everybody say everybody needs to be cleared, cleansed,
Yes, ma'am.
purified, renewed, rebirthed, regenerated, rejuvenated, revitalized, revivified, because everybody was created perfectly and divinely designed. Everybody should be the temple of the presence of God. Everybody should be in a place and space where we are all right with serving life itself. Everybody needs to be in a place where they are all right with being all right. You understand? Then you don't have to worry about other ones who don't have anybody's best interest at heart, because you are doing what is yours to do. And when we collectively do what is ours to do in the exaltation of life, in exerting a full effort in our living, coming to a point and place where we are reaching for life, we're hydrating our bodies, we are alkalizing our systems, we're doing fresh fruit, leafy greens, vegetation, herbal teas, making sure those bowels are moving several times a day, losing 1 pound or 3 of waste a day, particularly if you're overweight, particularly if your bowels are not moving but once every other day, once a week. You understand? I mean, we're at various differing degrees of how we've been impacted, because the standard American diet, it still has just many variations as to how you're doing that. You understand? So you have some people who will get up in the morning and have their oatmeal with their blueberries and bananas and this and that and some oat milk or whatever. And then you have those who put that oatmeal in a microwave. And, you know, it's like it's different variations of the same stuff. But the issue is our coming to a point where we realize that these bodies are perfectly and divinely designed. The microwave is one of the most detrimental things that you could possibly be dealing with. Why? Because, you know, it was created by those who had the intention towards convenience, but they did not have a holistic perspective. And my realization is that where you are not properly oriented towards wholeness and creating something that is going to be in the best interest holistically for someone, then there's going to be some repercussions behind it. Same thing with the cell phone, same thing with the gasoline run cars. So you understand, it's like we can use our intelligence for a thing, but the microwave, if you microwave water and pour it on the plant after it cools, the plant will die.
Straight up.
All right? And so for those of you who are microwaving the water for the baby's formula, those of you who are microwaving water for your tea, you're microwaving anything, you are creating issues because you're literally creating mutations within your hormones and chromosomes and your genetic information. Your DNA is being affected. All right? So don't give it away. Just put it out on the curb. And if it's a part of where your apartment is and you know they give you those things now, don't use it and unplug it.
Yes.
I like this. And so I am very thankful to Derek G for allowing me to be here 26 years. And to be in a place where, yeah, this is volunteerism. And see, this is how And one of the ways you know whether you're serious or not, because you don't have to get a paycheck to do what God tells you to do. You understand? See, most of you who are working jobs, I can bet you that most of you would not work those jobs that you're working if you were not getting paid to do it. You're working for the money. You're not working as a part of the job, being a part of your purpose in being. Now, if you are an astute student of life, then you can allow that to help serve you in terms of how you're internalizing the experience, what you're learning in terms of management, what you're learning in terms of how it is we plug into systems. You understand? And how the systems are created, maintained, and whatnot, so that, you know, if you have a desire to be entrepreneurial and start your own business, you don't do business by yourself. You know, you don't do business by yourself. And many of us who have worked for other ones, you know, come away and create something of our own. But we are all interdependent. So to be self-employed and then not care as to the quality of person you are, the quality of service that you give, means that you're not going to be successful in business. Because people, you know, people love to support, even though people are loving to support the deaf industries, people, when it comes down to person type of thing, they want to support you when you love yourself. They want to support you when you feel good about yourself. They want to support you when they can have a decent conversation with you and they know that if it's any problems, then they have some recourse. You understand? So I'm just saying there's a whole lot of learning that we have to do, but to know that purpose in being on the planet has nothing to do with being a successful capitalist. You understand? Success in business does not necessarily mean that you can get out of this alive. Becoming proficient in any area of talent, you can get paid to do it, but it does not mean that you will truly be successful in meeting the requisites for truly being on purpose. And so I'll be forward in just a bit, don't go anywhere.
The following is a public affairs bulletin board announcement from your station for progressive information, WRG 89.3 FM, that is WRG.org. Paris and the Auburn Avenue Research Library on Monday, November 17th at 6:30 p.m. welcomes Ashley D. Farmer and Akinyele Amoja for a celebration of Queen Mother, Black nationalism, reparations, and the untold story of Ollie Moore, the definitive biography of the mother of modern Black nationalism and trailblazer in the fight for reparations. The event takes place at the Auburn Avenue Research Library. Doors open at 6 p.m. For more information, the website is charisbooksandmore.com. That's CHARIS booksandmore.com.
It's Katina.
Okay. Greetings, caller, you on the air.
Greetings. How are you, Katina?
Hey, Katina, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm doing well. I know I had to charge my phone up, but I'm all powered up now. I'm rejuvenated and feeling good.
Oh, very good. I'm glad to hear it. I like that smile.
Yes, and today was a great day, an amazing day, and I thank you for that. So that's also why I'm calling in. And besides you just stepping on my toes, saying, y'all don't want to talk to me, you trying to act like you're trying to do this thing on your own, trying to get it right. I'm not scared. Don't be scared. So I'm calling you right now. But no, I've been listening to you now for about 2.5 years, I believe.
Has it been that long?
Circle for about 2.5 years.
Really? Has it been
So
that long? You sure?
I
I said it's been that long, for sure.
It has.
Wow.
It has. That's what I said. It's been really fast. It was March of 2023.
Wow.
Oh, praise.
And so what have you experienced since then? How is that?
Well, it's been a journey. It's been I'm growing each day, and I'm thankful each day that I'm learning to, the more I cleanse, the more clarity I have, and the more consistent I am, I won't be on that roller coaster ride. That, like I said before, I don't like roller coasters, so I have to remember what the beauty is as I'm spiraling up is what was told to me. So, and I'm just thankful for all of your encouraging. And that's why I'm calling today too. First, say happy anniversary,
Thank
26
you.
years.
I know, right? Lord have mercy.
And at 52, if I've been listening to you half of my life, then I can only imagine where I would be after 2.5 years.
Right.
But I do want to thank you for always being encouraging and reminding me, remind us all to exalt life and to reach for life daily. And that's where I've been today. And that's what today all I've been doing is just being positive. Just knowing, just telling myself, I love me. Like the last song you played, man, I love me. Oh, right. I got me up out of my bed.
Very good.
It did. But you poured so much into us. And I am thankful for like all of those who came before me that tried. They tried. They did the best that they knew how to do.
Right.
To give me the love that they have. But until meeting you and the love that you have, the love that you show, how you care, and really honor, it just makes us honor ourselves. I've never had a love like that before, and that's what truly love looks like to me. So I really thank you for that.
You are so very welcome, and I appreciate love you for calling in and saying all of that, and just I really love the way that you're feeling. You know, and see that's the other aspect is that becomes radiant. You know, when we feel good, it opens doors for us. See, we don't really understand how the law is working, but that's why we are liberating at the cellular level so that we are able to really infuse ourselves with the truth. Because in the truth of things, with the truth of who and whose we are, then we should feel good. We should feel the blessedness of being. We should feel the grace and protection and the favor over our lives. We can rejoice and give thanks for that. You understand? And all of that going out and radiating that, you know, that helps us to be the salt of the earth and maybe be able to reverse some of these issues that these people have come into them. Because of the radiance of all of the ugly stuff, you know. So yeah, it really matters, and so it's necessary to stay on point. And I really appreciate, you know, the few who really give forward to me to really appreciate what it is I do, because you know I've been out here quite a while. And what I know is that people will listen and listen and listen and say nothing. They listen and listen and listen and give nothing. They listen and listen and listen and do nothing. And so it matters that we are in a place and space where we understand how to work that reciprocity, how to work the love, how to work the law, you know, in terms of being in receipt of the gifts of God. And then we won't honor God. You understand? And this is what's happening. Is like, no, everybody's in receipt of the gift of God. You understand? And then you got those that want to deny that it exists. You know what I'm saying? But you don't beat your own heart. You don't breathe yourself. You don't blaze the sun. The government don't blaze the sun. They might be trying to block the sun, but they don't blaze the sun. They don't have the earth spinning. You understand? But y'all, they pay so much attention to these ones and not pay attention to the one that's beating their heart and breathing them. So yeah, I'm the one to remind us. I am so grateful. I don't have any other reason to be here on the planet. This is my contract. what I've decided and chosen to do is to really remind us that we have duty, obligation, and responsibility in laying foundation for the establishment of the queendoms and kingdoms of God, to be fully participatory with it. No nonsense, no apologies to make except to do the work.
Yes, and I'm so grateful for you for being grateful for what you do. and also today I've been just speaking. It's nothing like the speaking the word out loud. And I spent a lot of time in silence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a part of my issue that I may have had. But just to be able to speak and have a conversation, even if I speak out loud,
Right.
and just saying things, it has made a tremendous difference just in how I feel, just in how I think. I have to immediately like say something out loud, and I've literally today, I actually hung up on somebody today on the phone.
Right,
only
right.
because I had to do what I had to do to protect myself.
Right,
and,
right.
But just to speak words out loud, to write things down, and just to say it repeatedly, and command those things. It just, oh my gosh, it makes a difference in everything.
Yes,
So
it
I'll
does.
just continue to move forward in all that I do.
Oh, very good. Well, I am delighted. And we look forward to seeing you. Maybe one day you'll just jump in that car and come on in. You know
I will. You know I will.
Just come on down. We may have a little bit better weather than where you are at some point. I don't know, but take full advantage. All right.
It's a rain, sunshine. It doesn't matter. I'm protected and I'm safe, and I will get there.
All right. We're looking forward to seeing you.
Okay. Thank you all so much. Love you all.
I love you.
Too. All right.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Peace. We're at 445238989, and creating and participating. And I know that there are many ones, and I don't take for granted. I know that I'm loved. You know, I'm not saying y'all don't love me. I know people love me. Just love me some more. Love me more. Let your love be active expression of the internalization of how you love your creator, your whole body, heart, mind, with all of your might. You understand? Because see, that's the issue. There's no limit to how much loving you can do. But it's like we become limited when we are withholding. You know, and withholding, this is how, you know, people pay back. You know, it's like, okay, I'm not going to do what you want me to do, or you ain't going to do what I want you to do, so I'm going to withhold love from you. You know, I'm not going to, and so I'm just saying is that's how people be playing it, and I'm saying that's not what we need to be doing. We need to be loving, because the love is really taking responsibility for being a vessel of God, of the Creator, you know, and there isn't a greater work, actually. And particularly when we see the condition of our families and our children, and all children. And so, yes, you know, speaking to the sisterhood, particularly women, because we are supporting a system that is undermining the children. And in the household, in the families, and whatnot. And the only way that we can really do something different is by creating the passion within yourself. There's compassion. So I have compassion, but I'm passionate about upholding the responsibility that we have as women to be the nurturers and the nourishers, and to be in a place where we know that that is ours to do, and we don't have to be licensed, certified, and degreed to be women. We did have to be licensed, certified, and degreed to be doctors and lawyers and teachers and preachers and those ones who uphold and maintain the system of oppression. But we're in a place now where God rules. You understand? The way of God, the laws of God, the light of God, the truth of God, the peace of God. And I know that we some praying sisters. You understand? We pray, but the issue is your prayers don't have that much power where you have not committed to clearing, cleansing, and consecrating your body as the temple for the Spirit of God, Goddess, to really be present and move through and be in a place where we're influencing this realm towards the greater good. And I go so far as to say that this is one of the reasons, and one of the major reasons why we are so adversely affected with the hypertension, the diabetes, the hysterectomies, all of these things is because we have been supporting the violation of other ones and feeding off of their carcasses, feeding off of their body parts, feeding off of their progeny, feeding off of their body fluids, and our bodies are not designed for it. And then the doctors will just cut stuff up, cut it out. So we're living, and I am really saying with the clarity of mind that this system is anti-life, anti-Christ, and anti-divine feminine. Therefore, it's not really sustainable. And so we've seen civilizations rise and civilizations fall. So we are literally witnessing the free fall of most of the governments upon the planet because of their irresponsibility to really exert, exalt, and reverence and respect and appreciate and honor and cherish life. All of life. All of life. And those of us who are choosing to align the rest of our lives with the will of existence in the continuation of existence, the exaltation of right life and right livelihood, then yes, we have to be strong enough, courageous enough, and delighted enough, and joyful enough, and peaceful enough, and caring enough, and loving enough, and forgiving enough to really anchor into this realm, this fifth dimension frequency of harmony with the wholeness of being, and to be about the wholeness of everything and everybody, because that's what timeless is. And if you will not make those commitments, and if you don't care, then I don't know why you're even listening. But so I assume that those that are listening are ones who are choosing, or the ones who know that you need to be charged to make those choices. You understand? Because see, it doesn't matter to me why you're listening. The fact that you're listening, I'm grateful. But I want you to take it deeper. I want you to not only listen, I want you to hear me. I want you to feel me. I want you to really make commitments to that which is beating your heart and breathing you, to walk in the light of the truth of the one that you are, as this point of the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence that is beginningless, endless, infinite, and eternal. You're in tune to the meeting of the inner circle. And this is Adama celebrating my 26th year of being here at this time. And when I started, it was 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. And then I think in 2006, we went to midnight to 3 a.m. And within the context of that, I've had many years of many hours of hosting other nights. So I was on Monday night from midnight to 3, or from 11 to 2, and then Thursday nights, and then I would sit in for Wanique Sundays from midnight to 6, and then for 2016 to 2020, I was on from midnight to 6 a.m. I put in a lot of hours. And to do this without being paid to do it, you know, is the evidence of my passion, my care, my love. And the consistency over time has been what has allowed me to truly mature, in the sense that I haven't really had a job per se since 1992. I did do a few months of office management here with WRFG, but for the most part, I have not had anything else in terms of where I was supposed to show up at any given time, other than here, without getting paid for it, as a volunteer. And having given up $1 million business to do this, because I realized that, you know, success in business is not necessarily success in life. And to be in a business where I had a strict vegetarian restaurant and custom adornment boutique, and to see people come in and get the 14-item salad bar with mostly organic vegetation and this and that, and then, you know, eat with me one day and then go eat at Zesto's or go eat at, you understand? It's like, why would I be in service to people who are not serious in terms of food, serving food, right? And the best vegetarian stuff that you could really find, you know, and I've refined over the years, and, you know, what we were serving then I would not prepare. I don't eat. But to put us in a place now where we realize that we are not human eaters. We are intelligences of existence that are perfectly and divinely designed. In 90% of what we have access to as food, our bodies do not need it at all. And that's what's so hard for people to get and understand. 90%, even more, of what most people are eating, even in the vegan and vegetarian realm, is stuff that the body doesn't know what to do with, because we're water-based beings. You say, oh, well, I'm plant-based. And I'm saying, well, I don't know. It could be made in a plant. You understand? That Impossible Burger did not come out of somebody's kitchen. All right? None of these things came out of somebody's kitchen. And so we're in a place where taking responsibility to nourish and nurture and strengthen ourselves through clearing, cleansing, and liberating the cells so that we are able to reprogram our DNA and to really liberate our gifts, talents, skills, and abilities through DNA activation from cellular liberation. And for where we are right now, those who have been preparing ourselves and whatnot, we're in that DNA activation for this fifth dimension reality of being those who are choosing to be the anchors of absolute love, light, wisdom, truth, harmony, peace, forgiveness, and whatnot, the virtues of character that are consistent with who we are as God and God is unfolding. And so the care precedes the love. And the love is the fulfillment of law. And love is the harmony of truth. And the truth is that we each are these points of the presence, dwelling in the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence. And to realize that the first level of divisiveness amongst us was through religion. And we don't have to have a religion. We have life. We have breath. We have the perfect and divine design of our bodies, and there's purpose in existence. And you don't have to have a religion to be fully activated and fully participatory as a point of the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence. And we've seen those who have taken religion and use religion to the degree to which it becomes how they define themselves, and then not really accept or respect the perfect and divine design of themselves, and excuse themselves from having to be held to any perfect and divine design or any of that. And I'm just saying is that we have been duped to think that we can be in violation of the primary laws that govern our being and be under the flag of divisiveness, whether it's the Moors, whether it's the Hebrews, whether it's the Christians, or any of the denominations of Christianity or Islam or any of the other ones, and then not honor your body as the temple for where you truly meet God, where you become one with its will, its way, its love, its life, its truth, so that we just intensify, amplify, magnify, magnetize the love of God upon the planet. That's what we're here to do. Well, who told you that's what we're supposed to be doing? Who told you that we shouldn't be doing it? Right? How y'all get to be at this level of maturity and don't have an understanding as to what purpose and being on the planet is. I'm just saying that's the design, to have us in a place where we don't have a freaking clue as to what purpose in being here actually is, and we think we can just do any freaking thing and it's okay because we're just spirits having a human experience, and because we've accepted sinfulness as what it is to be human, then we can accept all of this sinfulness we want because Jesus died for our sins. I say y'all can't make this make sense. You can't be killing these children and feeding them all kinds of garbage and then exalting that you Christian and you Muslim and you this and you that. No, you full of it. And we want to get all of that out so that you are radiant in the light of the supreme intelligence, and to realize to be made in the image and likeness of God, the creator, the intelligence of existence that is beginningless, endless, infinite, and eternal, fills all spaces, it's all pervasive. That means you got to be light as a feather, baby, to be to be in a place of space where you are really the personification of this entity, deity that we refer to as God, because it is all that is as existence itself. It's in the air, it's everywhere. So no, if you got to get as little as a twig at the top of the tree, you understand, and be radiant, be brilliant, be filled to overflowing with the Spirit of God is your absolute source. That is going to be much better for you than being on high blood pressure meds, 350 pounds overweight, and acting like your religion is your salvation. Hello. We're at 445238989. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm trying to get us to accept the divinity and the sanctity of ourselves and ourselves in truth. And I am so appreciative of WRFG, and I know y'all listening. And I love y'all, the board directors, my volunteers, all of y'all who listen. I know a lot of them sleep, they don't listen. But those who do, I pray that you are inspired also. Because this is an all-person, all-intelligence moment. We find that the animals are rebelling. They're fighting back. You know, we can't continue to support the violation of all of these creatures and then think that there's no karmic debt from it. We're at 445238989. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, and then being in a place and space where you are literally caring to show up. And I'm saying, let's show up and show out. These people can't stop us from being who we are now that we know. You understand? I'm just saying, it's like, let's give thanks that we have a greater opportunity than 50 years ago. Because 50 years ago, they were talking about being committed to the struggle. And I'm saying, you can't be committed to God and be committed to struggling. You cannot be committed to the law and be committed to struggling. And being committed to liberation means that you're committed to the law. And you don't even have to talk about God to be committed to law, because there is law that is an inherent part of existence. So when I'm talking about what we're consuming, it's by virtue of the law of our being. It's by virtue of what literally is going to promote optimum cellular functioning. Oxygenation, as we're breatharian, everybody has to breathe. Nobody can live without the breath. All right? And the breath is the evidence of how blessed we are with the gift of life. All right, and we can do without water, but we are 80% water, should be, and we're reconstituting the body to be 80% highly charged mineralized water. That's the mineralization. These people taught us we needed proteins and we needed carbs because the brain functions off of glucose. And I'm saying we need minerals, and this is why many of us were craving chalk and cornstarch and argo starch and dirt when we were children, because we were minerally deprived and deficient, and our breakfast cereals and the cow's milk and all of this had hormones. It had BHA, BHT, the hot dogs and hamburgers had the pesticides, the herbicides, and all of this. And the earth, the clay, is the natural detoxifier. We were craving it. We didn't know what that was. And so we are in such a dynamic period of our living because we have the keys and the tools. Now, do you have the courage? Do you have the faith? Will you take initiative? to clear, cleanse, consecrate, and purify your body. Because see, the issue is that there's so many ones who are, you know, telling you to take this herb or that herb or this. I'm like, y'all can't just be taking one herb. You understand? That soursop ain't gonna do you as much good as doing the whole protocol. I got it. Greetings, caller. You on the air? Thank you, Antonio. I don't know that anybody else heard you. I hear you. When you gonna come and see me, brother?
Ma'am,
I said, when you gonna come and see me?
I'm gonna come see you soon.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna come see you soon. So I just wanna, I ain't gonna hold you long tonight because, I'm being frustrated with myself because I ain't been eating right.
Oh.
Alright. Yeah, I ain't gonna beat your ear off.
Okay.
My movement tonight.
Bless your heart.
We here and we listening and we trying to improve.
You have to lift your voice up though. And see, this is an issue because, and that's what Katina was saying, is that she's been spending a lot of time quiet, but now we're gonna have to learn how to use the power of our words.
Yes.
So whatever you're feeling, and don't beat yourself up. Reclaim the divinity and the truth of yourself. I am a son of God. I love being. I love my life. I will serve life. I mean, begin to put it in writing and claim it. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's gonna lift you. And keep me in your ear as much as possible.
Yes,
All right?
ma'am.
Very good.
Yeah, I will. Yes.
Very good. I'm glad to hear from you. All right?
I am a son of God.
Yes.
There you
Go on and claim it. You understand? See, that's the truth. It's the truth regardless of how much garbage you got in your body. You are still a son of God.
Yeah.
So go on and claim it and walk that walk. Clean that.
All right, now.
All right? Get your enema back.
I'll see you soon.
All right. Very good. Bless you. Much love to you.
Thank you, though.
Thank you, love. Peace. I like this. I'll be forward in just a bit.
The following is a public affairs bulletin board announcement from your station for progressive information, WRG 89.3 FM, that is WRG.org. Here's in the Auburn Avenue Research Library on Monday, November 17th at 6:30 p.m. welcomes Ashley D. Farmer and Akinyele Amoja for a celebration of Queen Mother, Black nationalism, reparations, and the untold story of Ollie Moore, the definitive biography of the mother of modern Black nationalism and trailblazer in the fight for reparations. The event takes place at the Auburn Avenue Research Library. Doors open at 6 p.m. For more information, the website is charisbooksandmore.com. That's CHARIS booksandmore.com.
For over 40 years, the Arts Exchange has been a vital resource for Atlanta's arts community, working with local artists and community members to create and share cultural traditions. Committed to supporting diverse artistic voices, the Arts Exchange provides multicultural, multidisciplinary, and intergenerational opportunities for learning and creative expression through workshops, exhibits, and community-driven events. To learn more about the programs and initiatives at the Arts Exchange, the website is artsexchange.org. That's ARTSXCHANGE.org. This has been another public service announcement brought to you by your listener-sponsored and supported community radio station, 89.3 FM and WRFG.org, your station for progressive information and hand-picked quality music.
And so for those of you who love me, thank you. For those of you who are loving you, thank you. For those of you who are loving life, thank you. For those of you who are loving this absolute and supreme intelligence that is beginningless, endless, infinite, and eternal, that is blazing the sun and spinning the planet and is responsible for every good thing, great thing, and all there is, thank you. And I'm saying let's develop just having an attitude of gratitude and keep counting our blessings. We're so blessed for each and every breath, so blessed for each and every beat of our hearts, so blessed for the liberation that we have the opportunity to rise into through our cellular liberation, for coming into this place and space where we are able to activate our DNA to really bring forth the greatness of the lineages through whom we've come. Let us be in a place and space where we are really grateful and thankful for being these living, loving, intelligent, potent, immortal points of the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence. Let us be thankful to know that there is no greater success than the fulfillment of the will of existence, the wheel of existence, and the continuation and exaltation, the expansion and enhancement of existence itself, and that we have the opportunity to participate with it. Let's give thanks for the clearing, the cleansing, the purification of the air, the earth, the waters, the rivers, the seas, the streams, by clearing and cleansing our bodies, clearing the waters of our bodies, cleansing our minds, giving us greater access to the infinity of possibilities, laying the foundation for heaven on earth as the earth is already in heaven. Let us be in our consistent attitude of gratitude that each and every one, for the billions of people that's on the planet, everybody has divine right to the wealth of themselves, the prosperity, the richness, the giftedness of who and whose they are. Nobody should be impoverished because everybody has life. Let us be in our gratitude and thanksgiving on behalf of all of the great ones that have come before us, that we are the beneficiaries of the gifts, the skills, the abilities, the realizations, the revelations, the epiphanies, and all of that which they left for us, so that we have a greater, more direct line of light to the wealth of ourselves, to be able to be under the auspices of our own souls, to the glory of our ancestry, and consciously calling forward the strength and the beauty and the depth of our ancients. Let us give thanks and be grateful and thankful that we can move whatever parts of our bodies we got left. Ha! Let us give thanks that we can lift our voices up and say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for every atom and every cell of my being. Thank you for the grace over my life. Thank you that I'm highly favored. Thank you for salvation. Thank you for deliverance. I'm not where I used to be. Thank you that I am immersed in the reality of your absolute and supreme presence. Thank you that I am better now than I was earlier. Thank you that I'm growing by quantum leaping into the greatness of myself. Be in your gratitude and thanksgiving. What are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? Dwell there. Get out of the negativity. Get out of the complaining. Get out of all of whatever is, because you're going to magnify it and magnetize it in this frequency that we're in. Get to a point and place where you're using your words to bless. To bless. And I ain't saying be less either. When we talk about blessing, we're saying that we see the goodness for you. We hold you in the esteem that your Creator intended for you as its own. Use your words and your mind and your thoughts to create a greater thing for everything and everybody around you. To know that our liberation individually and independently is on behalf of everything and everybody, because everybody benefits from it. If I had not made the commitments that I've made for my life, then I could not really rejoice in the way in which I do rejoice for the blessing of being. If I decided that I was just going to be in a place where I'm not going to give and I'm not going to talk and I'm not going to say anything and I'm just going to go over here and live my life on the mountainside over there, you know, growing my own food with my man and, you know, making babies and this and that, that's a totally different life. I mean, but no, I did what I did. I'm all right with this. Okay. But the issue is, let your life be well lived. And let my investment in you. See, I'm investing in you. You're taking it in. I'm making an investment of my life force, my lifetime into you. So that what? You can act like I didn't make any deposits in the bank. That you can't give anything and you can't internalize. No, make this thing work. Let's make this happen. You understand? Because it's our time to do it. It's our time to rise. It's our time to shine. It's our time to honor, to cherish, to treasure the opportunity that we have to be realigned with the divinity, the sanctity, the sacredness of life itself. To be cleansed from our violations. To walk with the freedom of knowing that we are not bound by anything. We're accessing the gift that is ours. Our uniqueness, our creativity, being clearer, cleaner vessels for the Creator's activity, to be in a place and space where we have no ill will. We're easily forgiving. We're releasing and letting go. We're not dwelling in yesterday. We're not holding stuff over other ones because of where they were. That's gone. Let's be in our now. In this now, we are all so absolutely blessed because we are held in the ever-embracing arms of the absolute and the ever-present cosmic supreme intelligence that is our source. And we're perfectly and divinely designed. And those of us who are here on this planet right now, we're here to answer the call for our rise, for our resurrection, and to be in a place where we are forgiving ourselves for being so freaking hard-headed. Y'all being so freaking hard-headed. Being so freaking hard-headed. Don't be hard-headed. My daddy used to say a hard head will make a soft behind. I'm saying, no, a hard head right now get you dead. And before you get dead, they'll chop you up. They're going to take your liver. They take your organs. They got you on the dialysis. They're taking your breast. They're taking your uterus. They're taking your pancreas. They're taking your thyroid. They're taking your gallbladder. And when you get ready to move into the spirit world, they're going to look and say, well, where's your stuff at? Where is it at? Go get it. You ain't even going to be able to find it. Woo, what they do, they gave it to somebody else. Now, that's the real issue. Why would they poison everybody and then want to give your poison organs to other people? Lord have mercy. So, we are not about the foolishness. We are about loving in the light of the truth of the all that we each are as these points of the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence that is all there is as existence itself. We are in this now moment where it matters that we do rise. We're in this now moment where it is our time to do so. And if you need support, 678-760-9299. I love you with the perfect love. You are mine. You are all mine. That's what God tell you. You're all mine, regardless. All right? Now, be who you are as these points of the presence of the absolute. Continue to rejoice in the blessedness of your being and be the blessing you are. Good night.
On a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter.
We're so grateful and so thankful for the blessedness of being. We love you with our whole body, heart, mind, with all of our might. Thank you for the love that binds us, the love that connects us, that we're all interdependent and we're all in love with each and every breath and every beat of our heart. We're so grateful. Thank you on behalf of all of those ones to whom you've come. Those ones who we've come through, those ones who've come with us, those that we didn't allow to come. And to know that now we're coming forward with a vengeance in light, love, wisdom, truth, peace, poise, power, potency, integrity, high ethic, morality, sensibility, care, courage, redemption, reconciliation, repentance. We are yours, oh absolute and supreme intelligence, and we're gonna shine in that light. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up. And I do it 1,000 times again.
Thank you, 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 thank you.
All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the age. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the age. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Yes, 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 yes. I say, I mean.